Hi, welcome to the Hard Shell Decals YouTube channel. This is the video for the installation instructions for our gun wrap decal kit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what's included. First, I'm going to tell you what's included in our premium gun wrap decal kit. Then I'm going to go through what else is going to be needed to install the gun wrap decals. And I'm also going to give you an explanation of what these parts that are included in the kit are for and what they do. So let's get started. In our premium gun wrap decal kit, it's going to include everything that's on this table besides the gun, of course. And just to let you know that our premium gun wrap decal kit is for beginners, and it's going to come with 3 gun wraps decals, and the third one is actually just a practice sheet, and that's what you're going to want to use first, just so you can learn the process. And because you definitely need the practice before you try to do this. It's not something that you're just going to be able to jump into and pick up right away. So so you got the 3, and then it's going to come with a silicone tipped tool for pushing the decal down into all the crevices. And then it's going to come with a 6-inch plastic ruler. And what that is is for when you're doing the trimming and cutting with your X-Acto knife, you're going to want straight edges. So you're going to use this ruler and hold it up to the gun and basically very carefully do straight cuts down the middle. So that's just that's all which is included. So you got the 3 decals. Oh, and you've got your matte black strips here, and those I'm going to show you on this gun. Let me take the clip out of this first. Basically, you can see, and basically you can see that that matte black strip is used to cover the seam underneath here and on the back. And if you have a Glock, it might even go across the top. But this one, that's not a sticker. That's part of the gun, and on this wall there. Let me give you a close-up and show you. This wrap is already finished, by the way. But during the tutorial, it's actually going to go through the process of doing this. So let me give you a close-up of what it looks like when it's done. And here's that matte black strip on the back and on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, but it covers the seam. And actually, on this gun, it really didn't even need it on this part. It actually looked really good on the seam, but I just added it anyway. But on the back, there was a little spot that didn't get covered. So let's go ahead and start going through what else is needed to install the gun wrap decals. First, you're going to need paper towel, and if you can get lint-free paper towel, that would be best, because you don't want lint under where you're going to be placing a decal if you can avoid it. Then you're going to need gun degreaser, and you're going to need oil-free gun degreaser. And because oil and decals do not mix, so make sure that it's oil-free gun degreaser. You're going to need an X-Acto knife, and these blades, you're going to need plenty of blades. Just to let you know, on this wrap job, I went through 5 or 6 blades just on that one job. So these are really good blades. These are called Excel blades. That's EXCEL, and they're made in the USA. And they're number 11 blades. And this was, fairly economical. It came with 100 in it. And I will leave links in the description for all of this stuff. You're going to need scissors and a heat gun. And if you can get a pin, this is a needle off of a syringe, but because it's super fine, and that's just to if you have any bubbles that you just can't get rid of, you can pop that and then just press it down on your wrap. So basically, that's everything. You've got your paper towel, lint-free paper towel, your gun degreaser, oil-free, your X-Acto knife with blades, your heat gun, your scissors, and your needle. And then the kit comes with the 3 decals, the 2 matte black strips, the ruler, and the silicone tipped tool. And I think that's it for this part. Thank you. Welcome back to the Hard Shell Decals YouTube channel, and this is part 2 of the gun wrap decal kit installation video. On this part, I'm going to explain how to do the simple degreasing with the gun degreaser. Like I said, you need a gun degreaser that doesn't have oil in it. And then I will explain how to do the first step of installing the decal kit onto the gun by removing the backing and centering it up on your pistol, and then putting it down and using the heat gun and whatnot. So let's get started. First, I'm going to put some degreaser on the lint-free paper towel if you have it. And then just, wipe the gun down on the side that you're going to be working on. Get all that oil from your hands off there. Make sure your hands are clean too, because you don't want any oil from your hands to mess up the adhesion of the decal. So basically, you just want to clean up all area of that's going to have the decal on it. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the clip. It's not, go ahead and remove your clip too. And should be just about good. Make sure you get all that lint off there after you're done as well. You don't want that to get underneath the sticker. And now, you've got your wrap. Now, for the people that are the beginners, this is going to be your practice piece. But I'm going to go ahead and, because I'm going to do this full wrap as a regular wrap, but for the beginners, you're going to use your practice piece, your practice decal, if this is your first time. And by the way, these are 9 by 6.5, so it should fit just about any pistol out there perfectly. So you're going to want to remove the backing. And I might have to stand up for this, but you're going to want to center the decal the best that you can. You want to have the equal amounts on all sides showing. Make sure it's even too. And you can, as long as you don't press too hard, you can, pick it back off there and try again. Once you get it where you want it, then what you're going to want to do is start. This is where the heat gun is going to come in, and I'll show you. But this is, you're always going to want to start from the inside and work yourself out to the outer edges. So don't start from the edges and work in. You're going to want to start from the inside and work yourself out. And don't press it too hard right now, because you're going to want to, you know, get the heat first. And I'm going to bring in the heat gun right now. So you're going to want to take the heat, and wherever you start in the middle here, you're going to want to heat that up first. And make sure you got your tool here too, because that's going to come in right now too. So let's heat that up. And you'll see it get real jelly, like you can see right now. You're going to want to stop. Don't heat it up too much. And you can even use your fingers a lot on this part, your thumb, and get it in there. And then, you know, use your tool. And if there's any wrinkles that start, just pull it up and try again there. And you're just going to want to, you know, work this all onto the edges of the gun to the edge. And you're going to want to keep heating it up. And then do a little bit more. And like I said, a lot of this you can do with your thumb, and then go back with the tool and kind of get it in the crevices. So you could, you know, just kind of start with your thumb. And if there's like a little wrinkle in there, you can just lift it up and pull it. But you'll get the idea. As you go along, you'll start to learn the process. Oops. Shoot. Just dropped my heat gun. Back up, maybe a little bit further. Get that nice and pliable. Start putting it down again with my fingers. This would be much easier if I was sitting down and doing it as well. Like I said, don't get frustrated if there's a little wrinkle in there, because you can always go back, pull it back up, and work at it again. Like I'm going to have to right now. There's a wrinkle in there. And this might have to stop, but right now, so I can get a better... So I can sit down and do this, because it's hard when I'm standing up. But just do that whole until you get it, you know, flat on all the sides, and then we'll come to the next step. Welcome back to the Hard Shell Decals YouTube channel. This is part 3 of the gun wrap decal kit installation video. And picking up from the last part 2, you can see that I have it, the wrap, pretty much flat on all the flat sides of this, and I got it wrapped around just a little bit on the side, on the edges. And I went ahead and used the heat for all of that, working from the inside out, and used the silicone tool you know, to get all the detail in there, you know, with the heat, you know, do the heat, and then the silicone tool to all your spots. And then now what we're going to want to do, this is how I do it. Okay, right here we've got an area that we're going to want to basically cut with the scissors. We're going to want to cut a line into this area right here, and a line into this area right here, and a line into this area right here. What that's going to allow us to do, you don't want to go all real close either, because you're going to want just enough to where you can pull with heat. You're going to be able to pull this down and basically reach. You're going to want to go to like halfway across the midsection of the gun with this wrap. So basically, let me do that right now. Get this started so you can get an idea. This is not working real good. Just use the X-Acto knife. And go on about right there. And right here, I'm going to go from right here, about right there, and here. I'm going to start right there and go down like so. So it's about, you know, 3/4 of an inch to an inch from the edge. And now is where you're going to want to go and take the heat and basically bring it around those edges. So basically you're going to want to wrap that down and, you know, keep using the heat to wrap the edges down around the trigger guard, and, you know, on both edges of the trigger guard, around the grip. You know, and just keep working it around and until you get, you know, get it like halfway across on all sides. Now that's the end of part 3, and on the next part I'll have it basically wrapped all around to where you can see it before I start slitting it and cutting it. Thank you. Welcome back. This is Gary from Hard Shell Decals YouTube channel, and this is part 4 of our gun wrap decal kit installation video. And on the last video, I had cut the decal in 3 different places so I could wrap the decal over the edges a little bit more, and that's what I did. And I just continued to pull it over the edges, and as you know, as far as I cut, I haven't cut off anything yet. So basically, I'm gonna give you a close-up here in a second, but basically you're gonna see, let's see if I can get a close-up so you can see. Okay. So basically you can get a close-up of what I did. I went around the grip here and around the trigger guard on both sides and around the top and around the back here. And basically, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the X-Acto knife and do the trimming. And that would be the next step. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to trim the inside of the trigger, you know. And what I'll do is if you can see here, it's kind of hard to see, but you'll see it when I get it cut. I'm going to cut along the edge and on the inside of it here. And so it'll leave this part on the side of it. So it'll look real nice. It's not in focus. So, and basically, like I said in the earlier videos, you want to go about halfway across, because the other one on this side is going to go halfway across. So you'll meet in the middle and might overlap a little bit, but that's what that black matte stripe is for, is to cover up any seam that might not look as good as what you think it should. So Basically, that was all I had to say in this part. And then when I come back next, I'll have it all trimmed up so you can see. That's part 4. Thank you. Welcome back to Hard Shell Decals YouTube channel. This is part 5 of our gun wrap decal kit installation instruction video series. On the last video, I basically just pulled the wrap around the edges, you know, with the heat gun, and got it pulled down everywhere. And the next step was to do the trimming, which I did. And you can see that I did the trimming on all areas with the X-Acto knife, and did the trimming in the trigger guard. And I'll do a close-up here in a second. Okay. Okay, you can get a good idea of how it went. And the next step will be to do the other side with the other decal that you get in the kit. And then after that, the next step will be to put the black matte black vinyl stripe down the seam. So that's the end of this video. And on the next video we'll pick up and I'll have the other side all done, and I will show you basically how to do the stripe. That's the end of part 5. Thank you. Welcome back to the Hard Shell Decals YouTube channel, and this is part 6 of our gun wrap decal kit installation instruction video. On the last video, I had one side totally done, or not totally done, but the wrap basically all on and trimmed. And now I have the other side all on and trimmed. And the next step is going to be to take your matte black strip and to install it on the back. And let's do a close-up first, so I can show you both sides. Okay, there's that. You can see a little bit showing there, but that's going to, the strip is going to cover that up. And strip is also going to cover up any seam there. It actually doesn't look too bad there. And it's going to go up to there. So basically the strip, oh boy, this is not focusing very well, but it's going to go from there down and around the trigger guard, down the grip, and to there, and it's going to stop. And then on the other side, it's going to go from the back down to the end of the grip, and that's it. And you get plenty of strip here to do the whole thing. Let's see. You know, you got some there, and then you can take the rest and do the rest here. There's plenty on this one strip to do the whole gun. And after your, I'll come back after this video to show you what it looks like with the strip on there. But after that, you're going to have to finish your detail work, and that means, you know, cutting out, you know, all of the little pieces here, and that move and that need to move for the gun to operate. And of course your slide, you're going to have to cut the slide, you know, free. And but that's about it for right now. It's not focusing real well, but I'm sorry about that. And there's the release for the magazine. That's also got to be cut out right there. The button. That's all detail work, and that's at the end. Okay, this is the end of this video. Thank you. Alright, welcome back to the Hard Shell Decals YouTube channel, and this is the last video in our gun wrap installation instruction video set here. And on the last video, I was at the point where I was going to install the matte black stripe on the back and on the bottom here. The only part that really needed a cover up was this spot right back here, and on this gun it shows back here for some reason. It's just how the wrap works. It doesn't cover the whole thing, but under here I could have left it off and it would have been fine. It looked alright. But as you can see, I'll give you a close-up, explain what I did. Okay. As you can see, I went ahead and did all the detail work, you know, all this stuff, all the moving parts that need to be uncovered so it's operational. And got the clip release. And I'll rack it in a minute for you. Take the clip out. See if I can. Yeah, the slide is cut away now. But now it's all done. So that's the last step in this series. I hope that you guys will. The main things to remember is just to take your time and make sure that I went through probably 4 or 5 X-Acto knife blades just to do this, because you want to make sure that it's sharp every time that you go in and make a cut here for this detail stuff. It's got to be sharp, and a lot of times it gets doled out quick from going against the metal gun. So but just take your time. And definitely do that practice sheet, because you're going to need the practice before you try to attempt a professional wrap here. So that's about it. Thank you and good luck. I hope you like our products.